Ready?
Yes.
So for those of you that have seen Comedy Central or watched Daniel Tosh, there was a quote that he once said where it was, money can't buy happiness. Have you ever seen anyone sad on a jet ski? That ties into my quote, "I'm only in it for the money" by Han Solo. I do strongly believe with that one, but for me it goes beyond that. It's I'm only in it for the money, but it's also what you choose to do with it. So, like much of you know, I have a 2-week-old daughter at home. A lot of my pretty much for me at my age, I am at that point in my life where I do want to provide the best I can for my daughter, and that's what's been tied into why I decided to stay in the military and why I re-enlisted a couple years ago. Going on 9 years. For me, my next option is to become a chief warrant officer. And for that much to be said, I've had the minimum requirements are to be a sergeant, and I did that in 2014, and have 8 years on contract. And for a lot of us, we see a job and we say, well, can you really do something that's like a commitment for 8 years? But you look back and we get older every day. We're not. Do we really truly invest like a future each and every day? When I looked at it and I was coming up on my 6 years, because that's how my obligated contract was, I never imagined doing 6 years. And then I just kind of gone into my non-obligated contract, and I was like, well, I've already invested 6 years into a business, because that's what one of my chiefs told me. He's like, don't look at the Marine Corps as the military. Look at it like a business. You're in charge of something. You supervise different assets, whether it be personnel or equipment. You can contribute that back into pretty much job resume. And when I found out that I was having a daughter, that's when I was like, pretty much, yeah, I need to actually figure out what I want to do for my daughter. And that is when I pretty much decided that I'm going to put in a package to be a chief warrant officer. And for that to be said about me buying a house, like, I grew up poor. Like, my dad was in the picture, so it was pretty much my mom's showing, and I hated it. Like, I hated the fact that, like, you see your mom work 2 jobs to cover for you, and it's something that I've come up with, so it's something that pretty much holds true to me. So now having a fiance and having a 2-week-old daughter who is a scary thing, because you realize that you're in charge of a whole new being. You can't just be reckless about yourself. It's a future that you think about it, and you're amazed that you're going to be actually willing to do whatever you need to do to be able to provide for your daughter, or for any of you who have kids, or if you're going to kind of have kids. And it ties back into my story of becoming a chief warrant officer, coming back to school. I was out of school for 8 years. Like, I never thought I wanted to come back to school, but I realized just working a dead-end job after high school is not going to be any way to actually make money. And it tied into why my real motivation of I'm only in it for the money. It's like, I'm only in it for the money, so I can give my daughter the best that I can, give her a better life than I had growing up. Not necessarily that I had a bad life. My mom did the best she could, but it's always good when you have a little something in your pocket. So if you or anyone in your family who says, can I buy that toy from Toys R Us? You're not like, yeah, we can go to the dollar store and I'll get you like maybe 5 of those for the same price that I can from Toys R Us. But yeah, it's a really impactful thing about what money can do. It's not that it can buy happiness, but it can buy peace of mind.
All right, Sal, the use of the quote was pretty good. You have a point of view on the topic at the beginning that I thought was clear, but it didn't stay that way once you got into the speech. Once you got into the speech, you just kind of started riffing on this one idea, which is allows you to speak, but it doesn't necessarily build to the point that you're talking about, and there's not really any organization there. It's just you kind of stream of consciousness stuff. Now you luck out because you found a lot of things to include in that, and it allowed you to keep talking, but it doesn't always tie into the theme that you had, and the structure of a presentation needs to be, I think, a little bit firmer than what you've got here. Your voice is fine, it projects reasonably well, although sometimes you're a little subdued. Within your range, you do a pretty good job. Pacing, you get stuck a couple of times, but not for long, usually. And like I said, once you started going off on a direction, you did pretty well at keeping the energy going. I just felt sometimes like it was without certainty as to what your point was. At the beginning of the speech, there's some hand gripping that you're doing while you're speaking. That looks a little anxious. The more you went on, the less there was of that. And so that seemed to be like maybe one place where the anxiety is coming out. Your facial expressions are okay. I have a little bit of an issue with your eye contact with the audience because I got the feeling that you're looking between us, not really talking to people, but just talking in front of us and looking out in our direction, but not engaging the audience. I never felt engaged anyway. I don't know how everybody else felt, but it really looked like you're kind of speaking to the spaces between us instead of to the audience that's in front of you, and I think that that's a little bit problematic. I did think, though, that you found a solid exit line at the end of the speech, and it always helps to leave a good impression there at the end. All right, thank you.